This is a constant reminder of the fire that engulfed RC Enterprises. But now, about 3 months later, the foundation is being built for a new chapter for the auto repair business. And as you can see by the sign here, it's business as usual and has been since 7 o'clock this morning. But it was right around 4 o'clock in the morning that the two suspects broke through these two glass doors that have since been repaired. Police tell us they're still awaiting the autopsy results from the Montgomery County coroner. Those results could help them determine whether there was foul play involved or if the baby was in fact stillborn. The truck driver remarkably was able to escape with minor injuries. Officials telling us that's because that driver was wearing a seatbelt. And Sheriff Fisher tells me he didn't issue that level 1 snow emergency for Greene County today because he knows he would have just had to have canceled it within an hour or two. Yeah, Adam and Deb, it's all about last-minute preparations as well. They just went through the video intros that will be playing prior to kickoff of tomorrow's Big Ten championship game. But it is probably the most talked about knee in all of college football. Of course, I'm referring to Ohio State quarterback J.T. Barrett's right knee. The Beaver Creek School District provided eclipse classes for all students and staff. Now, that included more than 500 pairs for Parkwood Elementary. Ohio Governor John Kasich calling out Congress this morning during a CNN interview. The governor slammed lawmakers, saying he doesn't think they're up to the task of reforming gun laws. Actress Allison Janney is 2 for 2 this year, winning both a Golden Globe and SAG Award for Best Supporting Actress. Today, she was nominated for an Oscar in the same category for her role in the movie I, Tonya. Despite being in the center of the Hollywood spotlight, the Dayton native doesn't forget about home. That latest high school massacre is sparking a call for less firepower. Surviving students rallied with other protesters in South Florida this afternoon, urging stricter gun laws. Well, a very different story tonight on the West Coast. Massive wildfires continue to burn in Southern California. Officials estimating tonight more than 1,000 structures have been burned just in the past week. This is a constant reminder of the fire that engulfed RC Enterprises. But now, about 3 months later, the foundation is being built for a new chapter for the auto repair business. Every piece of sheet metal going down is one piece closer to completion.
God's teaching us patience.
Which for many in Cindy Bishop's shoes would be hard to practice. Instead, she laughs a lot.
You have to. What else are you going to do in life?
And she envisions another milestone ahead.
The day we pull the first car in, I just think that the first vehicle pulled in, we're all going to cheer.
But what she sees today is more than just a rebuild to get to that point.
A legacy. Our kids, our families. Now you're going to make me tear up. And God's promises.
The Bishop's resolve is a product of their faith, which is also the foundation of the new building. A family friend asks them to write a Bible verse on it, Luke 8:15.
And the seeds that fell on the good soil represent honest, good-hearted people who hear God's word, cling to it, and patiently produce a huge harvest.
Those words permanently written on the framing, in the shadows of what used to be.
This is just a new start, looking over where the old was and starting new again.
Where that first car can pull in and it can go back to business as usual. Reporting in Pike Township, Erik Elken, Fox 45 News. Fox 45 News put some local kids to the test to see what they would do if they got a hold of a real gun. 3 parents.
And that's scary for me. It makes me nervous.
As a parent, I'm kind of nervous.
5 children.
Isn't that pretty cool? But if they would pull the trigger,
1 real handgun.
that's how easy it is to pull a trigger.
Clark County Sheriff Gene Kelly shows the 3 parents participating in our experiment there is absolutely no threat posed to their children.
This is a real gun. It is, I'm going to show you, completely unloaded.
The children will be taken to this conference room filled with toys and that unloaded gun. Our test group consists of 2 families which don't own guns and 1 that does.
My husband has a handgun. It makes me nervous. I think that Tanner will touch it despite the numerous conversations we've had about it.
I don't think that they will pick it up, but I think that they'll touch it. I mean, I could see a child picking that up and thinking it's a toy.
I've owned toys like that before in the past, so I mean, seeing that, I was like, I would have played with it when I was a kid.
With cameras rolling, the parents watch as their children enter the conference room. Now we'll get you guys in just a minute. At first, the kids don't notice Sheriff Kelly's hat, but about a minute in, Tanner sees it and picks it up, exposing the gun. And just seconds later,
And there goes,
Heather's son Evan lunges for the gun, touches it, but doesn't pick it up, just as she predicted. And then just a few seconds later, Tanner picks it up, points it towards his face, and quickly realizes,
Oh, this is a real one.
okay, so mine said don't touch it, but yours said it's a real one. He realized it's a real one.
If I look here, that's a bullet hole. Oh, yeah. I can don't touch.
then Colin spots one of our cameras, and Tanner heads right for it.
Excuse me, you need to put guns away.
But moments later, after identifying it as a real gun,
Set up fire, Sage. I know it can set up fire, Sage. I know it can set up fire.
after about 7 minutes in the room, Sheriff Kelly enters.
I am so proud of you. We teach young people to respect guns.
There were only 2 kids who touched the gun, but that didn't ease the parents' feelings.
It scared Mommy beyond belief when I saw you look down that gun, because that's a real gun, baby. What if it had gone off?
It did surprise me that he wasn't more scared of it. I mean, he was still comfortable enough to play in the same room with what he assumed was a real loaded gun.
We all learned today that, when you see a gun, you don't even go near it. You stop, you leave the area, you tell an adult, and let them take responsibility for it.
And what Sheriff Kelly was just referencing there is the Eddie Eagle Gun Safe program. It's something he's been using for 29 years in his Safety Village summer program, which teaches gun safety to 4-, 5-, and 6-year-olds prior to kindergarten. The slogan goes, stop, don't touch, run away, and then tell a grown-up. For more information, you can head to our website, fox45now.com, and click on this story.
Hello, ma'am. How you doing?
On a gray, chilly day,
How you doing, bud? You look like you're all wrapped up and it's cold.
Will Mole is the light.
I would have been a stand-up comedian, but my legs were too short.
He's been volunteering for the last 6 months.
It's rewarding in the fact that, you can do stuff for other people. Let us now. There you go, 2-pound bag.
Including for the Dayton Food Bank at today's distribution.
Sweet potatoes and carrots. Yeah. Boy, that'd make a nice stew, wouldn't it?
He helps because he once needed the help, having lived in a shelter earlier in his life.
Onion, lettuce, 2-pound bag, brother. There you go, partner. Have a nice day.
Brendan Enos also knows what it's like.
I grew up in a violent household.
Music is what got him out and inspired him to inspire others.
I need to take what I have, my talent, and not only critique it, but make it where I can be on a platform to speak to all the little boys and girls around the world and give them hope.
But as he walks this line, it's simply about being there for someone else.
What does that bag of food mean to you?
It means saving a life.
Because that food isn't for him.
I got 3 households that I've been influenced with my music, the little kids, so I'm gonna stop by them and surprise them.
With food for a Thanksgiving meal.
Just cut it up and put it in the ground. And in a little while, you'll have this little thing coming out of the dirt. Onions.
Reporting in Dayton, Erik Elken, Fox 45 News.